In every generation, there are artists who don't just make music, they create movements. For the late 1990s and 2000s, that artist was Usher Raymond IV, better known simply as Usher. With his velvet voice, flawless dance moves, and unmatched charisma, Usher became one of the most successful performers of all time. But behind the platinum records and sold-out arenas is a story of hard work, reinvention, and perseverance. From singing in a small-town church choir to dominating the global stage, Usher's journey is one of the most remarkable in music history. In this documentary, we'll take you inside his early life, his meteoric rise, the making of his legendary albums, the struggles he faced along the way, and his lasting impact on music and culture. Subscribe to my channel, my backup channel at Nersco, and my second channel at Nerscoya. You can also follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram NersC0, and on TikTok, Nersco for English and Nersco for French. Usher Raymond IV was born on October 14, 1978, in Dallas, Texas. His parents separated when he was young, and he was raised primarily by his mother, Janetta Patton. Growing up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Usher's environment wasn't easy. Opportunities for a young black boy with big dreams were limited, but Usher's grandmother spotted something special. At the age of 9, he was encouraged to join the church choir. It was there that his talent began to shine. Church gave him not only a place to sing, but also to develop stage presence and confidence. Usher was fascinated by Michael Jackson. He would study Jackson's concerts on VHS tapes, mimicking every spin, every slide, every vocal run. While other kids were playing outside, Usher was perfecting his craft. Janetta knew her son needed more opportunities, so she made a bold choice. She moved the family to Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta was a hub for emerging R&B and hip-hop talent in the 1990s. At 12 years old, Usher auditioned for the TV show Star Search. Although he didn't win, his performance impressed industry insiders. Soon after, he was introduced to Antonio L.A., the co-founder of LaFace Records. Reed was stunned by the maturity of Usher's voice. In 1993, at just 14 years old, Usher signed his first record deal. But being a teenage star came with challenges. Usher's mother, determined to protect and guide him, quit her job to manage him full-time. Together they embarked on a journey that would change music forever. In 1994, Usher released his self-titled debut album. Produced partly by Sean Diddy Combs, the project introduced the world to his raw talent. But the album wasn't an instant hit. Critics felt Usher was too young to define his sound, and commercial success didn't come right away. For many young artists, this would have been discouraging, but Usher took it as a lesson. He doubled down on training, improving his vocals, working on choreography, and learning how to connect with audiences. He wasn't just going to be another singer. He was going to be a performer who could do it all. 1997 changed everything. Usher released his second album, My Way. This time he had something to prove. Partnering with producer Jermaine Dupri, Usher crafted songs that highlighted his maturity, passion, and charisma. The single, You Make Me Wanna, became a breakout hit, climbing the charts and earning massive radio play. But it was Nice and Slow that made Usher a household name, giving him his first Billboard Hot 100 #1 single. The My Way album sold over 7 million copies worldwide, establishing Usher as one of R&B's rising stars. He was only 19 years old, yet he commanded the stage with confidence well beyond his years. His live performances, flawless choreography combined with live vocals, set him apart from everyone else. Usher was no longer just a teen artist. He was now positioned as the future of R&B. By 2001, Usher was ready to transition into full adulthood with his music. His third album, A701, became the bridge between teenage stardom and global superstardom. With hits like You Remind Me and You Got It Bad, Usher showcased vulnerability and passion. His performance of You Remind Me won him his first Grammy Award for Best Male R/B Vocal Performance. You Got It Bad became one of his signature songs, topping the Billboard charts and dominating radio. A701 sold over 4 million copies in the US alone. More importantly, it showed that Usher wasn't a one-hit wonder or a passing phase. He was here to stay. In 2004, Usher released what many consider his magnum opus, Confessions. This wasn't just an album, it was a cultural event. The album was produced with Jermaine Dupri and was filled with songs that were raw, emotional, and honest. The themes of infidelity, guilt, and love resonated with millions of listeners. Fans speculated that the lyrics were based on Usher's personal life, which only fueled the album's intrigue. The lead single, Yeah, featuring Lil Jon and Ludacris, became a worldwide phenomenon. It topped charts in multiple countries and became one of the most iconic songs of the 2000s. Burns and Confessions Part 2 showed Usher's softer, more emotional side and connected deeply with fans. Confessions debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 1.1 million copies in its first week, an almost unheard-of achievement at the time. The album went on to sell more than 20 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling albums of the 21st century. The success of Confessions wasn't just about numbers. It defined an era. Its sound influenced countless artists, and to this day, it's studied as one of the greatest R&B albums ever recorded. Usher won 3 Grammy Awards for the project and cemented himself as the undisputed king of R&B. While dominating music, Usher also pursued acting. He appeared in Moshe and the sci-fi film The Faculty, before landing a role in the teen hit She's All That. In 2005, he starred in the Mix, but perhaps his biggest acting milestone came in 2006, when he starred on Broadway in Chicago as Billy Flynn. Usher's performances drew packed audiences and glowing reviews, proving he could shine in multiple entertainment arenas. Acting may never have been his main career, but it showcased his versatility as an entertainer. After Confessions, Usher faced the same challenge every superstar does. How do you follow up a masterpiece? His subsequent albums, Here I Stand and Raymond V. Raymond, had hits, but none matched the cultural dominance of Confessions. On top of that, Usher's personal life was under intense media scrutiny. His marriage, divorce, and custody battles made headlines. For a while, the tabloids threatened to overshadow his music. But Usher refused to fade. In 2010, he reinvented himself once again by embracing the growing EDM trend. Songs like OMG and DJ Got Us Fallen in Love introduced him to a new, younger global audience. At the same time, Usher stepped into the role of mentor. He discovered and helped launch Justin Bieber, guiding him through his early career. This showed that Usher wasn't just a star, he was a visionary, shaping the future of pop music. Usher's talents extended beyond music and acting. He became a shrewd businessman, investing in restaurants, launching fragrance lines, and backing tech ventures. In 2005, he became part owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, joining the small but growing list of celebrities investing in professional sports teams. This wasn't just a symbolic move, it showed Usher's vision for building wealth beyond music. His business ventures ensured he remained financially powerful and culturally relevant even when he wasn't topping charts. Usher's success never made him forget about giving back. In 1999, he launched the New Look Foundation, aimed at empowering youth through education and mentorship. The foundation has touched thousands of lives, providing scholarships and leadership training. After Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans in 2005, Usher personally helped rebuild homes through Project Restart. He's also supported HIV/AIDS research and awareness campaigns. In 2015, his track, Chains, highlighted issues of racial injustice and police violence, with visuals featuring victims of systemic racism. Usher has never been afraid to use his voice for change, proving he's not only an entertainer, but also an advocate for justice. With over 75 million records sold worldwide, 8 Grammy Awards, and countless hits, Usher is one of the best-selling artists of all time. His influence is undeniable. Artists like Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Neo, and even The Weeknd have cited him as an inspiration. Usher's choreography revolutionized live R&B performance. He set a new bar. You couldn't just sing, you had to perform. His ability to sing live while dancing flawlessly became the gold standard. In 2024, Usher reached another pinnacle when he headlined the Super Bowl halftime show. Millions watched as he delivered a performance filled with energy, nostalgia, and precision. For many, it was proof that Usher belongs in the same conversation as Michael Jackson and Prince, entertainers who combined music, dance, and cultural impact like no others. Like Michael, Usher had the voice and the moves. Like Prince, he brought sensuality, risk-taking, and artistry. But Usher carved out his own lane, blending R&B, pop, and hip-hop into something unique. His story is about longevity, 3 decades of reinvention without ever losing his essence. Usher didn't just adapt to trends, he shaped them. And that's what makes him a legend. From a small-town church choir in Chattanooga to the world's biggest stages, Usher's story is one of discipline, resilience, and brilliance. He is more than a performer. He is a cultural icon whose influence will be felt for generations. Subscribe to my channel, my backup channel at Nersco, and my second channel at Nerskoya. You can also follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram, NearC0, and on TikTok, Nersco for English and Nersco for French.